All right, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning, the 28th of April, 47 degrees in Hampstead, Maryland. I think it's going to be cloudy today, but right now, we're kind of getting an amazing sunrise. Check this out. Pretty nice, huh? The sun is coming up at the beginning of the ride. That's pretty good. I like that. I might have to make that my thumbnail. I don't know though. We got a long trip today. So we've got one delivery. Normally Tuesdays are a short day because I've only got one delivery. So we're going to What a Day to drop off their donuts, Danish, cinnamon buns. Pretty normal delivery for them. Turn this on. There we go. Come on. Trying to get my text to speech going here. Connecting. There we go. Okay. I think that's working. I switched phones today, so I got a new phone. It's exciting. Got a message from Janet. Did I? Or not? No, I didn't. Get rid of that. Okay. All right, let's get going. Let's go out there and pursue some happiness. Here we go. What time is it? Camera not in position. What does that mean? Check surround sound. I don't know. I got a camera. I'm looking at it, but it says it's not in position, whatever that means. It's a nice colored picture, too. Oh, you know why? I'm normally looking at this in the middle of the night. All right, here we go. What a day! So here's the plan. The sky is crazy good. The plan is we take What a Day's delivery over, drop it off, and then we're going to Wellsville, Pennsylvania. We're going to be visiting Weavers of Wellsville. I love to say that, so I'll probably say it quite a few times during the trip. Where are we going? We're going to Weavers of Wellsville. That's where we supplies, so I need to go and pick some stuff up. Might be a little further than that. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Hold on. Oh, I knew I was going to forget to do that. One little thing. Hold on. I want to put my, it's going to get a little, you might have some pixels going on right now, but that's because I didn't turn my on. It's not a habit yet. What's the light on in the back? Did somebody not close the back door? All right. Hang on. I got to check two things. We're going to stop when I get to a place up here. And then I got two things to do. I've got to check what's going on with the door in the back. Because I think it's shut. Oh no, maybe it's not. Something's not shut. So I got to check the doors and turn on the Speedify. So if you can't see something right now, that's why. I'm not in my full technology suite. But yeah, I think the door actually is giving me a signal like it's not closed. I don't know what that's about. Wow, I didn't, no place to turn on any of these roads. Could I go here? Maybe. Yeah, let me just do this. All right. Quick stop here. First of all, let's do this. All right, it's gonna close for a second while I turn this on, so just bear with me. I'll be right back in like 15, 20 seconds. Okay, all right, we're back there. Sorry about that. And then turn it on this phone too. Okay, I think we're good. And last but not least, I'm going to check the door. Hang on. It's weird. So it was the back door, but I didn't even use the back door this morning. So somebody must have not closed that yesterday. All right. Good. Everything's good. All right, we're all good now. All right, there's nobody coming that way. Nobody there. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's just pretend that. No, it's not my habit. I haven't created the habit yet of like going through and turning the Speedify on. I don't leave it on my phone because it does use a little more battery power. So after I finish live streaming, I turn off the Speedify.
Anaku594 says
Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We really just got started. I did leave the bakery like 5 minutes ago, but I had to stop and make a few adjustments, but we're good to go now. This is crazy. I mean, I guess, well, I would have started Sunday, like 2 days ago, I would have started my run at 6 o'clock. It just seems like the sun is really coming up early. The sun's waking up a little early today. I don't know how that happens. It is a really cool looking sunrise though. Very bright.
594 says here's to Austin.
Doesn't it seem? It seems bright this early, doesn't it? Oh, what's with that rattle? Getting a rattle. The trays are a little excited this morning.
Q594 says yes.
Yeah, like if we get there's really no place to pull over on this route. I've discovered that over the past few days. Anytime I want to make an adjustment to something or stop. So here, I wanted to show you guys the sunrise. It's like crazy today. Look at that, that's pretty cool. You gotta like that. I love it. I like that a lot. Get a shot of that without the pole. There we go. I like it. Anyway, it's gonna be a good day today.
Anaku594 says beautiful. I am dangerous says WHAAOOOH.
There's
I am
Sawyer.
dangerous says I love it.
Yeah, it's very nice this morning.
I am dangerous says your real good day.
Yesterday, was it misty? It turned out to be pretty nice yesterday. A little cooler. I mean, not bad. 70, I think. I think it's going to be cool today, but... And it's supposed to be cloudy later, so... Appreciate it when it's out there. Sawyer, just a heads up, I have to go pick up donuts today. So after What a Day, so I'm going to drop off What a Day, but it won't be a short ride. It'll be one where I go up to Pennsylvania. And I'm warning you ahead of time because I think the last time this happened, you were watching the stream.
Dangerous says looks nice and clear and sunny.
Yeah, it does. I know.
I am dangerous says y'all are going to evil.
Oh, look, there's a whole little family of deer back here. Hold on. You know, I can't pass up a deer family. Hold on. They were standing right there at the fence. Look, I'm going off in all weird directions today. I don't care. Check this out. Are they still there? Yeah. Look, they're standing behind the fence like they're wild animals, like they're caged animals.
Dangerous says, lol, what are we doing?
We're looking at these deer. Look, hold on. I'm trying to go slow so I don't spook them. I'm spooking them. Look, see them all? They just ran away. They were standing over here by the fence. That's a bummer. I should have known I wasn't going to be able to go down there. Like ride right up on them. Hey! They must have a fear of donuts. It's a shame. Oh well. At least we saw their we saw their butts. Let's see some deer butt. Alright.
Dangerous says easy. I am dangerous says who I see them.
Now they're over in the field, casually grazing. Oh well. All right. So we're going to What a Day. Then I have to go up to Pennsylvania to pick up some supplies. So it'll be a longer live stream today. And I'm bringing that up because the last time I went to Pennsylvania, I think.
Dangerous says, lol, you scared them with the hay.
The last time we went to Pennsylvania, remember you were like, all of a sudden you're like, I have 15 minutes to get to work. Do you remember that? So keep an eye on the clock. Keep an eye on the clock today. Turn my lights out.
Dangerous says it's only 3 inches 15. I am dangerous says K, thank you.
3 inches, it's 315. Yeah, it's 315. Well, yes. But remember, like the last time, when I went up, so the ride today, I'm going to be online probably until 10, which is 7 for you. I think it might be almost until 10. Because it's about an hour away. So after I leave What a Day at 6:30, Well, it'll be almost 7 by the time I get there now. Right? What time is it now? 6:16. So let's say I leave what a day, 7, get to Weaver's by 8, get back by 9. Yeah, it might be like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's usually closer to 10. I guess because it takes me some time to get in there and load up the truck, the van. Things are definitely looking greener. Cows.
Dangerous says, "Hey, I'll start getting ready while I'm here. Later so I don't forget."
Yeah, that's right. So I went to Walmart yesterday, and they did not have the Super Stuff Pop-Tarts. My brother told me that he's seen them at Wise, one of the supermarkets.
And Dangerous says, "It's really nice drive out here now that I could see in the light time."
Yeah, it is nice. It seems like it happened really fast. Like, I swear a month, oh, well, I guess it's true. A couple weeks ago, it was dark right now.
Anaku594 says, "John was listening to the chat last night, but I think too many people chatting." I Am Dangerous says, "Wise. Is it a grocery store?"
Yes. Yeah.
Hellcat says, "The getting brighter does speed up. We saw that when we were looking at the sunrise times back in March." I Am Dangerous says, "Good morning at Donaku594.
Sneaks up on you pretty fast. He was listening to the chat. What do you mean? Oh, was he listening to the text to speech?
Dangerous says, "HII, good morning at Cameron's Ways Double Hazy."
Have you noticed when she says Cameron Swayze Double Hazy, her voice gets kind of, I don't know.
594 says yes.
It sounds weird when she says it. Cameron Swayze Double Hazy. You know what I mean? She just has a weird way of saying that. Yeah, you kind of have to get used to the fact that she just starts talking. I mean, there's no way to obviously change that, but I really like it though. You know, I thought of another reason why I like it. I know everybody hates the text-to-speech. I don't think you guys do, but everybody...
Dangerous says, "Yes, I hear that too." I Am Dangerous says, "All." Hellcat says she doesn't like me. At Angela.Coke, he says, "Good morning." At Donaku594 says, "Good morning, Justin, everyone."
Good morning. It does kind of sound like she doesn't like you.
I am dangerous, says lol. Rosie is hazy for Cameron lol.
She's like,
At Angela.co5
Cameron.
says it looks like I missed everything.
No, you didn't miss everything. We just started. We really did. We just started. I left the bakery at 6 o'clock, and then I realized I had to turn a couple things on, so I had to stop for a second. But yeah, we just started. We're going to
Dangerous
what a
says
day.
good morning at Angela.co5b. Calcat says she's still mad about when I talked about how slow she was sometimes.
Yeah, she's getting better. She's speeding up a little bit, but yeah, she holds a grudge. It's sort of like Cameron Swayze double hazy. So you know what I mean? She just kind of goes.
Dangerous says lol.
It's pretty funny.
New York gal says good morning. Great
New
night,
York
slept all
gal.
night.
Wow, that's good. That's a good feeling. You know, when you get the right amount of sleep, it does make you feel a lot better. I was online a little bit last night. I woke up. I took some naps. Woke up. I watched a little bit of Susan, Australia.
Dangerous says HII good morning NY gal. New York gal says didn't even wake up one time. New York gal says good morning chat.
That's good. Apparently you needed some deep sleep. What's on the schedule for today? You gonna be dashing again?
Dangerous says I slept so good too. At Angela-Co5b says good morning just a cat and Nigel.
What is that truck? There's a truck up there in this line of traffic that's kind of like swerving over to the left every now and then. I don't know if he thinks he's going to pass people.
Anaku594 says I will be shipping more books to schools in Kentucky.
Ah,
At Angela.Co5b says I fell asleep watching John. At Toyo1973 says good morning all on the road again.
hey Toyo, good morning. Thanks for stopping in, saying hi. Yeah, John must not have gotten online until pretty late yesterday because I didn't see him until I watched some of it this morning.
Dangerous says hi good morning at Toyo1973 have a really good day today. Angela.Co5b says checked in on Susan and Heather when live again in Eric and Sean.
Yeah, I did see some. I saw
Dangerous
Susan.
says I put on Cat Cure for Bogey to sleep, but last night we listened to calming music with it too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I watched Susan for a while. I was on the computer when I first got in there. I think I said hi. But then I was watching it on the TV for a while. And I jumped back in at the end. She gets quite a walk in when she does her walking and talking during her live stream. I get tired just watching her.
Angela.-Co5B says yes. Gal says happy new good morning.
I am, yes. Very good morning. We had a very good sunrise. An outstanding sunrise this morning.
Dangerous says, did you have breakfast?
Me? No. I never eat breakfast. I usually don't eat until about noon or 1 o'clock. Well, no. Actually, let me take that back. The 3 days that I work in the bakery after I drive, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do eat a couple eggs in the morning because Bob makes eggs for, look at these people. Now see that guy that just went over, I don't know if you can see him. Some guy just passed a couple of cars in this line of traffic. This is what cracks me up. Like this line of traffic goes on for miles, just like this. We're riding along at the speed limit, maybe a little bit higher. So there's no reason, like it cracks me up that they do stuff like that. Anyway, what was I saying? I think I was saying something else before I saw that guy do that. Oh, the eating. So on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I eat some eggs because Bob makes eggs for anybody in the bakery that wants to. He actually makes breakfast sandwiches, like bacon, eggs, cheese, in like a bun or a biscuit or whatever you want. But I do mine without the bread.
Dangerous says Bob makes eggs.
Yeah, he makes eggs. So I do eat eggs. I eat a couple eggs in the morning on those 3 days, but otherwise I don't get hungry in the morning. I don't wake up hungry. So I don't eat. Do you? What do you eat? Do you get up and eat in the morning? I mean, most people do. I should say I wake up and eat a donut every day, but
I am dangerous, says Nopper. At Angela.-Co5B says, was it a great car? New York Gal says morning time is the only time I feel actual hunger. I am dangerous, says Nopper. At Angela.-Co5B says, was it a great car? New York Gal says morning time is the only time I feel actual hunger. At Donovan594 says, I don't like to have coffee on an empty stomach.
Well, that's a good point. I do drink coffee.
Dangerous, says Lol Rosie.
It was not a gray car. Why do you think it was a gray car? I think it was that car. If you go back and see, when we came through that traffic light back there was a car that came flying out into, he was making a right-hand turn from the intersecting route. And he came flying around the corner and he went up as far as he possibly could and then he merged into the traffic. And then that was the car. That's the same car that made the past a couple of people. Maybe he's running late. But you're not going to get very far, you know? I don't like to pass people. It makes me nervous. Even, you know, I mean, sometimes you have to do it if you're behind one slow truck or something. But I don't know, the idea of being in the lane of the incoming traffic, even if they're not there, it kind of freaks me out. I don't know, I don't like it. So what did John do? Did he have a speaker on that was very low? Because I know he doesn't want it loud enough for anybody else to hear it. Or did he wear like an earplug? It looked like he had an earplug in, but I didn't hear him talking about it. As I
Anaku594 says later.
All right, I will see you later. Have a good Tuesday. So today,
Dangerous says, have a good day, Donna. At Donaku594 says, no, I mean John did the ladder warrior plug.
Oh, gotcha. He wore an earplug, okay. See, now if Rosie had said ladder, uh-oh, somebody got pulled over up here.
Dangerous says, ooh-hee-hee.
always at the drive-thru, so they're probably going to see me. Let's see.
Naku594 says I spelled it wrong.
Later, ladder. What does ladder have 2 T's in it? I probably would have misspelled it also.
At Donaku594 says yes.
Is that Rosie that...
I am dangerous says I can't believe how beautiful this drive is.
I know.
We were always in the dark.
I know. I know. I like it. I wonder why this isn't picking up my...
Dangerous says I love it. At Donaku594 says yes. I am dangerous says I can't believe how beautiful this drive is. We were always in the dark. I am dangerous says I love it.
What is Rosie doing? Every now and then she's repeating stuff. She's acting goofy this morning.
Dangerous says lol again Rosie.
Let's see if she says that twice. I don't know what she's doing today. All right, should I call them? I think they know I'm here.
Anaku594 says it was so nice she said it twice. Calcat says I refuse to criticize Rosie.
It's probably smart.
Dangerous says hee.
All right, what are we doing here? Should I call them? All right, I'm gonna call. What are they? All right, I think they're coming. I'm hanging up. I learned my lesson with them.
Dangerous says City doesn't pick up those small green bins anymore, so I use it as my gardening chair lol.
What are the small green bins? Oh, like that? Like that thing? The crate? There we go.
Anaku594 says Rosie here. I make mistakes. I am only human. Oh wait. No, I am not. I am dangerous says right there to the right.
Yeah,
Great.
I figured it out right after you said that. All right, here we go. Let's try a different angle today. Switch it up. There we go. Donuts.
Jones 5862 says morning Craig.
Hey, good morning.
5862 says morning
They only got 88 donuts today. Sometimes in the middle of the week, their volume is a little lower. Mini Danish. Look at the chocolate oozing off of that Danish. Oozing. Little coconut. And they're the mini Danish. There's the cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns! Right there. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Alright, can I need that? Close that. Okay, close that now when you're not here. Alright, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh, look, we got a check. We got a check, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys, have a good day. These away.
All right, 3:45.
Oh, look, you get to watch the drive-through action. There we go. I think that's tight. All right. We don't have to get gas today. I got 3/4 of a tank of gas, so we got plenty to get to Pennsylvania. So, now we're not going back to the bakery today. We're going to pick up some supplies at Weaver's in Wellsville. I'm going to go ahead and turn.
Dangerous says I really thought that Magnet was a bow MB at first. At Mookin C says good morning, everyone. I like this new angle. Not crazy about the clanging trays, however. New York gal says sweet.
Good morning, Mookie.
Dangerous says HII good morning at Mookin C.
Alright, I'm going to turn my GPS on here. Hang on. Let's go to Weaver's.
Jones 5862 says morning Mookie.
Weaver.
At Reed Jones 5862 says morning Nigel.
There we go. Weaver's of Wellsville. Take me there. Wow, this says it's an hour and 21 minutes from here. Oh, I guess that's right, because it's about an hour from the bakery. Let's start. What is that? Welcome to Google Maps. See, I got this new phone, so every time I use something for the first time, I got to go through all these things.
York Gal says read hello to you, good morning.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Seatbelts. Make sure you got your seatbelts on. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming.
Dangerous says seatbelts on.
It's an unusual license plate. I can't tell where that's from. Let's go by slowly. Stalking. We're stalking right now. We're stalking. I can't read it. I have no idea where that license plate's from. There's like no state written on it anywhere.
Angela.Co5B says thanks for the close up.
Exit the parking lot toward Clay Mill Road South.
Okay. Now we got Rosie and her sister,
Right
whatever.
onto Clay Mill Road South. Then at the next light, you'll turn right.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Now we got two of these automated rude people. We're not gonna get a word in edgewise.
Turn right onto Liberty Road.
There you go. Somebody was pulled over back here. Look.
Keen C says good morning. I am dangerous and at Reed Jones 5862.
I kind of want that to be a little bit. Here we go. Here we go.
A mile. Slight right onto the Maryland 97 North ramp to Westminster.
All right. We can do that. So this route, when we go up to Weaver's, we ride through Hanover,
Dangerous
Pennsylvania.
says she has a different voice.
She does, which is kind of good. That way I know whether it's
Right onto the Maryland 97 North ramp.
her talking or whether it's a text message.
Continue on Maryland 97 North for 10 miles.
She's very talkative though. I mean, we gotta have like a long stretch of roadway where she doesn't talk for a while.
York Gal says hum no likey.
Well, she doesn't talk quite so much. Like she'll be quiet for a while now. I wonder what would happen if Rosie.
Angela.Co5B says that was a nice angle, could see donuts better.
You like that angle better? Okay. I thought about it. That way you can go like, you can see the rack better.
Dangerous says she's a lady, woo woo, she's a lady.
Sawyer, that sounds like something Hala would say.
Anaku594 says yes, imagine if both voices the same, we could send you all over the place.
I know. Yeah.
New York Gal says just a cat.
That's a good point.
Dangerous says I know. I'm filling in for Hala. At Angela.Co5B says how long of a drive till the store?
So Weaver's, it said on the GPS that it's an hour and 20 minutes.
I am dangerous says why.
Why? 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 It said an hour and 20
Quincy
minutes.
says Amazon
So-
told me if I checked out within 2 hours, I would get my stuff by tomorrow, and after I check out, it says it will arrive Friday. It's all a scam.
Oh, yeah, I don't like when that happens. And I always get sucked into the
Dangerous says ooh.
I get sucked into the times when they say if you want, one of the things that you're buying can be delivered
Gal
the
says
same
the date
day.
changes for me always to sooner after a little bit.
Oh, well, that's good. But the ones where they say that you're going to buy something that's going to be delivered the same day, but you have to spend $25 to get same
Dangerous
day.
says, did you order double stuffed Pop-Tarts?
I looked on Amazon, and they are for sale, but they seemed extremely expensive online. So I think I'm going to get them at the store. Like it looked like it was a box of maybe 5, I think, which is weird. I thought they came in even numbers.
594 says, I think Stop and Shop has them.
They do look, on the box, they do look quite a bit stuffier. I think the box said there's twice as much.
Anaku 594 says, yes 5.
So, I guess they're
Quincy says,
individually
I'm
wrapped.
surprised you are using a female voice for navigation when you mentioned the other day that girls are horrible with directions, Craig. I am dangerous says commissary has them but family
Listen to
size.
Mookie.
Probably would last till the next century.
I did not say such a thing. Oh my goodness, he's trying to work up a debate.
Dangerous says you said that Craig. Bonk.
I did not say that. Mookie, I'd like you to timestamp that video wherever it is.
Anaku 594 says we know Craig better than that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Quincy says I do need to try the double stuffed Pop-Tart, however.
Well, do they only come in the 2 flavors, like 2 fruit-filled versions? I didn't see, oh, no, there was a chocolate one too. So I saw chocolate and 2 fruit-filled versions online.
Anaku 594 says strawberry.
I guess they wrap them individually, right? Because a normal box of Pop-Tarts, it's 2 in a sleeve, right?
Dangerous says I thought that's what you ordered from Amazon PMC. At Donaku594 says cinnamon.
Cinnamon's good. I like cinnamon. Do they have cinnamon for the double stuff?
King C says it was right after he said that women still belong in the kitchen making the men Pop-Tart breakfasts. Now that I think about it, it may have been a fever dream.
Did I have my toupee on in the dream?
Dangerous says lol Mookie MC. At Donaku594 says yes cinnamon caramel.
Ooh, cinnamon caramel sounds good. I guess the icing is caramel. Or the other way around. No, I guess the icing.
Dangerous says lol Mookie MC. At Donaku594 says yes cinnamon caramel.
Yeah, that sounds good.
King C says a toupee and a stethoscope listening to people and how clean their lungs are.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. So I know like a GI doctor
Dangerous says in an apron.
with suspenders.
Dangerous says lol.
Does a doctor that specializes in respiratory issues, do they have a name? You know what I mean? Like your digestive system is a GI doctor. You know, certain specialties have
Dangerous
a
says
name.
cardiologist is mines. At Donaku594 says
cardiologist.
pulmonologist.
Is that what they're called? Pulmonologist?
Dangerous says breathing and heart. At Mukim C says there are so many Craig memes that I can't keep up.
Pulmonologist. Pulmonologist. That's a mouthful.
Prisoner 207 says pulmonologist.
Pulmonologist. Sounds like somebody that would read your palms. A palm reader. A pulmonologist. All right, get ready. Our lady's going to talk. Our direction lady's going to say something.
Donaku594 says good one. New York gal says it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. At Mukim C says oh, my.
That was a nice rhyme. It was 7.
Dangerous says lol.
All right, get ready. She's going to come on and tell us that we have to make a left-hand turn.
This light. Then, at the next one, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Maryland 140 West, Maryland 97 North.
There you go. She sounds very calm. I got to hand it to her. She's a very calm person.
At the light, turn left onto Maryland 140 West, Maryland 97 North.
I think they talk sort of at the same time.
I am dangerous says good morning.
Susanna.
Kinsey says, hey Google, cancel vacation.
I wonder. That is
Dangerous
funny.
says lol.
That would be funny if my phone heard that "Hey Google" and started reacting to your commands. Good thing I don't have a voice that sounds like that lady. I mean, that's a good thing.
Listener 207 says good morning all.
Why are we like? Seem to be vibrating a lot, don't we?
Kinsey says good morning, at Susaner 207.
Miles, take the Maryland 97 North exit toward Union Mills, Gettysburg.
At New Kinsey says, are you using a new phone mount?
For the camera, no. I'm using my new phone for the. Like I have a phone that I'm using for the text-to-speech and the. Whatchamacallit? GPS. I actually have I have 3 phones that are doing things. Like the one that's doing the camera, one's doing the text-to-speech, and one runs. Oh, we're going. One does the music. Is this where I'm going? I'm not going here, right? This is 27, not nice. I know, I wish I could do it with like 2 phones, but with you.
Gal says I need a good mount. Any recommendations?
Yeah, I like the mount. I don't know if I have it in the description. Somewhere I put it in the description, but I can put the mount, a link to the mount that I have. Oh, do I? Maybe I don't have it. I bought my mount, by the way, at Walmart. It's at Walmart. And I like it a lot. The reason I like it is...
Miles, take the Maryland 97 North exit toward Union Mills, Gettysburg.
Hang on, I didn't hear what Mookie said.
Short gal says, oh good, what's it called?
Yeah, I've got to... I'll find the name. I'll send you the name.
Angela.-co5b says, how long does it take to get there? I missed when you said.
It takes... Well, it was supposed to be an hour and 20 minutes from when we left What a Day. Oh, look, we're going through.
Maryland 97 North exit.
We're
Then
going-
you'll take the Maryland 97 North ramp to Union Mills, Gettysburg.
We're going through all the reds or yellow/red lights today. So it was an hour and 20
Gal
minutes.
says okay, commented under a post, no other way to get it, lol.
Okay, I'll do that. I bought it at Walmart, and the reason I liked it, well, now the one I have is connected with a magnet.
Maryland 97 North ramp.
I'll show it to you. When we stop sometime, I'll show you.
Continue on Maryland 97 North, 6 miles.
But the thing to consider when you're buying the mount, and are you talking about just like a suction cup or something to your window? The thing to consider is you want to use
Team
one.
C says the new navigation voice is making you run a bunch of red lights.
It does seem like I'm doing more of it with her talking. You want to do something with a mount. You want it to have a short, at least this is my opinion. You want it to have a short arm. Like, you don't want it to be far, you don't want it to be far from the window you're going to get. If that makes sense. So sometimes you'll see them and they look really cool because they have, like, you know, it mounts to the window and then it comes out with a flexible arm.
Co5B says, what will you do after the store?
Well, so we're going to pick up this. I probably won't get back to the bakery until about 9:30 or 10. So then after that, I'll probably do some yard work today. I should have done it yesterday, but I didn't. I got some stuff to do around the yard. I think it'll be nice to be outside. It's not going to be sunny today, I don't think, but we're supposed to have nice weather. What are you going to do? What are your plans for Tuesday? I was inside yesterday. I got caught up on bills.
Gal says I wanted one cause when I dash I have to keep picking up phone, it closes opening app like it's annoying holding it when I drive to see navigation. I need a mount badly now.
Yeah.
New York gal says and I got pulled over for holding it but I was singing though they day.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you got a ticket. Are you going to fight that ticket? I hope you do. Didn't you say it was like 5 points? Oh, well, you know what? Wait a minute.
Dangerous says oh no. New York gal says I CSNT fight it, I am guilty, I did it.
Yeah, but you know,
New York gal says I will take my punishment gladly.
Yeah, but you know what you could do though? It might not hurt to go to court. I mean, not to fight for nothing, right? Not to say I'm innocent. That's not necessarily.
Gal says I don't know how to fight them.
But even if you just went to court, look now, Mookie, write this down. I'm giving out legal advice now. But if you just went to court and you.
York gal says they have me on tape saying I am so sorry I did it.
Well, yeah, that's good. But like go to court and just say, you know, plead for some mercy. I mean, I know that sounds dramatic, but that's, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go and claim you're innocent. You could go and say, I know I was guilty, but, you know, I'm sorry, blah, 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 you know, and just see if they would consider reducing the charge. Or, I mean, I'm saying charge, but
gal says, oh, I see.
That might be worth doing. Because even if you can if you're getting points, that might be worth doing to try to get the points down. You know, pay the fine, but if you got points, they last for a while. That's why I'm saying that.
York Gal says I will tell him the truth, and if he drops it, he drops it.
Right.
Hey, Google says 5 points.
Yeah, see, you don't want to get 5 points. So that's all I would say is go and to see if you can get them to, you know, if your driving record is, you know, decent up to this point, and, you know, you could tell them you were, you know, you just started door dashing or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That part, I'm not sure how to sort of explain the situation, but at least gives you a chance to get in front of them and sort of apologize for it and see if they'll reduce something. I don't know. Might be worth the time. I mean, have you ever watched that show? I think the guy passed away. He was an older guy that was like a judge, and he'd have people that were coming up. It wasn't really a show. He just had a lot of YouTube clips out. I don't remember his name, but I think he passed away. Maybe there's somebody friendly like that.
Dangerous says he passed last year.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I always liked him. He has some interesting clips.
Dangerous says he was an angel.
Yeah, he was. He was a good guy.
Dangerous says and still is, I'm sure.
True. Now he's really an angel.
Half a mile, turn right onto Old Hanover Road.
Right onto Old Hanover Road.
Team C says Craig is suggesting you go to court and lie and get thrown in jail.
I did not
He's
say.
perhaps the worst lawyer ever.
I didn't
now
say.
That I think about it, hiring Craig would be a good way to get out of it. Insanity defense.
I didn't say lie. I would tell them that you really did it. But you're
Right on Old
just,
Hanover Road.
New York gal says ha ha ha.
you're just really sorry. And then you can start to have some kind of breathing trouble, you know, because now he's going to feel more sorry for you.
Paula 6448 says good morning everyone. New York gal says I can't lie, I am going to say hi sir, did you eat this morning? I was driving and singing to Jesus and picked up my phone to play a song.
There you go. I mean, I think it sounds like something that they would consider. Hey, Al, how are you doing? We're trying to help New York.
Angela.co5b says good morning Hala. Anaku594 says Judge Frank Caprio, caught in Providence TV show first. New York gal says maybe I can ask the judge his recommendation for a good mount.
Yeah.
Dangerous says good morning at Hala 6448. At Hala 6448 says good morning Angela.
Well, see, like you could tell him that you just started driving with DoorDash, and you normally don't hold your phone.
6448 says, good morning, just a cat.
But then you got a mount.
I am dangerous says you got freed from the bed holla.
You got free. Yeah, Holla. Does anybody remember when they used to have, maybe it was only in motels, I don't know. I have been in a hotel/motel room where you could put a quarter the bed would vibrate.
King C says you could go to court early, speak to the district attorney and see if there is any wiggle room. Maybe plead to a lesser included offense. Unsafe movement violation or something.
I think it's worth doing something. Because 5 points is a lot.
Paula 6448 says tell him I shot the sheriff but I did not shoot the deputy. New York gal says yay but that's a lie, DoorDash wasn't involved. LMAO Craig is like Katina lie LMAO it's not in me, I will take a class, maybe they will drop it if I say I'll go to driving class.
Oh, there you go.
I am dangerous says Holla knows. He even knows it cost more than a quarter now.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm not saying lie. I was just, will be a reason, but if it isn't, it isn't. Oh, look. There's like a little goat out by the road. Did you see that? We got a lot of farm animals out here. Did we lose? Did we buff for a little bit there? Caught a little going on.
King C says the vibrating bed is for making whoopee. It's not a park ride, Craig. Wait, maybe it is.
What? Yeah, we're back. I think. Is that what it's for?
48 lawyers just do motorcycle cases. I used one once, it turned out very well.
Oh, well, that's good.
Angela.co5b says picture wasn't clear to see goat. I am dangerous says Mookie MC Whoopi.
Yeah, this is like some challenging areas out here. Oh, we're about to enter Pennsylvania. Our GPS lady's probably going to tell us.
Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Welcome to Pennsylvania. And when did they stop putting Bibles in the nightstand?
King C says
At the next stop sign, turn right.
We are, I think
Stop
we're,
sign, turn right onto Westminster Road.
I believe we are using Speedify. I can't really check it because it's on the phone.
Dangerous says why would it need to vibrate though?
Why would the bed need to vibrate? Well, good question. If you were using it for the purpose that Mookie suggested, if you were using it for the purpose that Mookie suggested, then you wouldn't need to pay for it to vibrate. Because
I'm dangerous says lol.
I think we I think Speedify. I know I turn it on.
PC says it helps shift vital organs to their correct positions. At Hala6448 says people used to steal them. They should have had them cabled down like a phone book.
Oh, they did? They'd steal the Bible. Well, that's got to be wrong. That's a wrong thing to do. You don't steal a Bible.
Dangerous says what the heck's law.
Like this is heavy tree cover.
Gave up them.
Do you think they donated them to all the hotels? Or was it a motel thing? Was it a motel thing? Maybe it was never a hotel thing. Is that possible?
Hala6448 says don't steal a Bible, but it's okay to lie to judge while under oath.
I did not say. You should never lie to a judge. Well, when you're under oath. But what do you say to the judge if they ask
Dangerous says Omgosh it at Walmart for muscle relaxation. At Mukim C says Craig needs an intervention.
What if the judge says to you, does this robe make me look fat? Then what do you say? If it does. Let's say it does. Yep. Dead possum. I presume I'm making a left here. I didn't hear her tell us where to go, but I think I'm making a left.
Dangerous says I don't see how it would be comfy. At Donaku594 says according to AI motels get Bibles free.
So maybe it's motels. It's not hotels.
Hala6448 says I think it was both. Maybe because some people sued because they only had Bibles, not other books of worship.
Oh, maybe. I hadn't thought of that. That's a strong possibility.
Anaku594 says also hotels.
Also hotels.
Hala6448 says that's it. I think you can request it as a guest.
Oh. Oh, so they have a supply, you think, maybe? Well, that would be good.
Anaku594 says AI says Gideon's International provided.
pretty big commitment.
Listener 207 says the first Bible was placed in 1908 by Archie Bailey according to Google.
So can you imagine? Like, I wonder how many hotel rooms there were.
King C says say it does not make him as fat as Cannon and Jake and the Fat Man star William Conrad. Paula 6448 says as far the vibrating bed, they were mostly in cheap short stay kind of places.
Well, I don't know what that says about my travels over the years. I know I have been in a room that had a vibrating bed though. I mean, not recently. At some point in my life in the past.
Paula 6448 says I was about to ask you where did you see one?
I can't remember exactly. It was
Next stop sign, turn right.
many years ago.
Stop sign, turn right onto Frederick Street.
Anaku 594 says get a kick out if the fact that some malls have vibrating lounge chairs.
Oh yeah, I know. And you know, I went to a mall and took some film. I went to this mall in Westminster, Maryland, and I was taking the film basically to practice with my gimbal.
Paula 6448 says did you try it, Craig?
Did I try the bed? I think I did. But at this mall in Westminster, I guess I'm going straight through here. They had a sign that said you'd have to pay you'd be fined. You'd have to pay a fine if you sat in the chair without paying anything. I mean, the mall is nearly dead. It's not
Paula
dead.
6448 says yes, and some stops also have the massage chairs.
I probably have. I gotta see if I got a picture of that. It's in one of my, if that was in the footage I have. Because yeah, it says you'd be fined if you didn't in the chair but didn't pay for the massage. I think it was like $20 for an hour. If you want to.
York Gal says I don't like massages. Wish I did. New York Gal says they hurt.
They do hurt. I think I had a massage once. And I totally agree, they do hurt. I've heard
Paula
of
6448 says, oh, they don't want people hanging out in them.
yeah. I mean, I do. I can understand that. It's just kind of funny because there's nobody in this mall. Like nearly empty. I saw a YouTube video. I did not watch.
Anaku594 says, great, do now we can be fined for sitting in a chair in a public place.
Yeah, I know, it sounds weird, right? There's the famous hot wiener right there, straight ahead. This is Hanover, Pennsylvania. But I saw this YouTube video where the guy, it's 8 hours long, and he just sits. I think it's an old video, but it popped up in my feed recently.
Paula 6448 says, it depends on who is giving the massage. You need someone who listens to you when you say too hard.
Oh my. Yeah, probably do. Trying to get me to say something.
King C says, I never sat on one at the mall. I did not want to come in contact with someone else's back sweat.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Should probably do it.
Anaku594 says, yes, that's the spot.
That's the spot. Yeah, that's good. Give him some encouragement. Now, I've heard of people that actually get quite ill after a massage because it can get...
King C says, are we going somewhere new?
We are going, it's not really new, but it's not, we don't go there very often. We made the delivery to What a Day, and now we're going to pick up some supplies in Pennsylvania. So yeah, we don't do this very often, but I've been up here like 3 or 4 times. Usually around the holidays, because they need, for Christmas, Thanksgiving and stuff, they need some supplies. But we get a delivery from this company, I think weekly, maybe every 2 weeks, might be once a week, but if we get short on anything, and I think over the past week we've had a higher demand than usual on the donuts. What are these people doing? I've got to go, man. We didn't have a stop sign. So I'm just heading up
King
to...
C says, please finish your story of a close personal friend of yours getting sick after a massage.
It was somebody that I worked with, I think. It wasn't really a close personal friend, but it was somebody that I worked with. And it because when you get a massage, it can get your body moving around like toxins that are like built up in your muscles and stuff. So it can push toxins and stuff around in your body. Now, this is not an
Apollo
area
6448
that I'm an
says it
expert.
seemed like everyone was stopping except you.
It did, didn't it? That's why I went through it. I'm like, did I just go through a stop sign? But I didn't. I was perfectly legitimate. But it did. I agree. It felt like everybody was stopping, but me. Maybe it was because that small child was walking across the street. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want to stop and get a coffee.
Team C says it takes a while for your lungs to clear out after a massage.
It probably does. If your lungs are getting massaged, that is what you would call a deep tissue massage. Very deep tissue. Actually, that would probably be called a deep organ massage. Oh my goodness. But that is true about the toxins. It is. You got to be careful. Free burn. Car accident. Get free burn. Free burn. That can't be right. That said his phone number was 717-777.
Apollo 6448 says, so this friend, do you know if they ever returned?
Oh yeah, I think it was just they just got like ill. They were feeling ill for a while after the massage. But did they return and get another? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they did not to my knowledge.
Anaku 594 says just scratch, get a massage off bucket list. At King C says I swear to you doctor. The woman I met at the cheap motel told me to lay on the vibrating bed while she massaged my lungs. Nice lady, but horrible at directions.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it happened. Well, look, kids are waiting for the school bus. Kids.
Anaku 594 says and had to explain when I went to court.
when I got a massage. I think I got a massage one time when I was at some kind of travel work function thing where we were staying at some kind of, resort hotel type setup, and it was part of the package, was one of the things you could do, I think. But yeah, I didn't really like it. And that was not related at all to the vibrating bed.
6448 says, was the massage connected to a bachelor party perhaps?
No, it wasn't that. Oh. No, it was definitely a symposium type thing, work related. So like, you had people that were golfing, you had people that were doing different things.
594 says, don't like hot tubs either. Feel like I am in a crock pot.
Yeah, hot tubs can be a little too much. I can't do this like cold plunge type thing though either though. Like, I don't know how people do that. I can't even turn the cool water on in the shower. Like some people tell you that it's very healthy to, like, before you get out of the shower, just turn off the hot water and let just
600 feet at the traffic circle. Continue straight onto North Queen Street.
All right. But I can't do that either. I can't do a cold shower. We're going.
Slide right onto Pennsylvania 194 North Queen Street.
Paula 6448 says Thursday is the last day of the season for that group that goes in the ocean every day.
Oh. Thursday. So it's the end of April? They just do that through April? Oh, that's big horse. So they only do cold weather plunges. Yeah, see, like, I don't know how they do that. Do you ever go in? I mean, I know I've seen you filming it, but have you ever gone in to the water?
Paula 6448 says yes, until May 1st.
Yeah, I can't believe it's May already, at the end of the week.
Team C says I had to run into the bathroom and plug in my shaver. Did I miss anything other than the horse that Craig could only describe as being big?
Oh, it was a big horse. It was a big white horse. He kind of looked like a Clydesdale. So it looked like he had fluffy hair around his hooves, like a Clydesdale does. Hairy hooves.
Paula6448 says, are you crazy, man? I didn't even want to stand there recording them.
I know, I don't know how people do that. But it's supposed to be very good for you. Cold water, I mean, you see people that jump in these tubs full of ice cubes. I don't get it.
Anaku594 says Polar Plunge raises money for charity.
True. That is true.
Paula6448 says that was a cold day, it broke a record.
Yeah, this winter? Yeah. Yeah, we had a very cold winter, that's for sure.
Paula6448 says yes, they also do the charity ones. Angela.co5b says, where are we at?
We are, I want to say 3/4 of the way to Wellsville, Pennsylvania. In Wellsville, oh, actually we are going into East Berlin. Actually, right now we're going into East Berlin.
Paula6448 says, where the hell are you taking us? It seems there is nothing here.
We're in, this is East Berlin, Pennsylvania, as opposed to East Berlin, Germany. I guess there really isn't such a thing anymore, right? Did they stop calling it East Berlin once they took the wall down? I need to get a coffee. I'm going to stop in this.
Team C says, would you rather have a very cold winter or a very hot summer? At Donaku594 says, we are a really trusting group, Craig.
I'm going to stop in here. Alright, she's going to come.
Right onto Zinn Alley. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn right.
Alright, hold on, everybody. I need to get some coffee. And maybe hit, I might hit the restaurant.
Angela.co5b says, Craig, are we there yet? Craig, are we there yet? Craig, are we there yet? Lol.
Head toward Locust Street, then turn left onto Locust Street.
Locust
At the
Street.
stop sign, turn left onto Locust Street.
New York gal
Then at the
says
next
it is
stop
so
sign,
lovely
you'll turn
outside
left.
going to eat and walk and watch smiley face.
We got lucky.
New York gal says younging off to school.
Alright, if we turn this off, we're going to be fine. Right? Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm not turning anything off that's going to stop.
Angela.co5b says, get coffee at Dunkin'.
No, I'm gonna go in
New
here.
York gal says, can you stay on all morning every day?
No, I can't stay on all morning every day. I know, it would be nice. But hang on a second. Let me just make sure. All right, I'm
King
gonna head
C
in
says,
here.
is this a Bucky?
Exit the parking
At
lot
Hollis
toward Abbottstown Street.
6448 says, I am begging to doubt Craig's intentions. He seems to be taking us on a goose chase.
No, we're going to get some supplies.
Co 5B says, take us in the store.
No, I'm not going to take you in the store because I'm going to go to the bathroom while I'm in here. All right. I have to remember to mute you when I go to the bathroom. All right, I can't hear you anymore now. All right, I'm going to mute the microphone now. All right, I unmuted now. Where's the coffee? I gotta find the coffee machine. Classic decaf. This is regular. Premium blend, classic blend. Rainforest. 100% Colombian. What do you think? I'm going for the rainforest. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Receive that? Have a great day. 285. Hi. How are you?
Because I know you ain't always having fun.
Yeah, I gotta scratch off the cash.
We're all good? Thank you, you too. Coffee. Oops.
Short gal says the ladies love him lol. At Hollis6448 says anyone else notice Craig like his terrific brick walls and garbage cans while he takes care of business.
It's my MO. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't be listening to the radio. No radio. No radio. All right. So we're almost to Wellsville. Weavers of Wellsville. Let's see where this works here. Media source, Bluetooth, Moto, connect. So I got the stuff that said Rainforest Columbia coffee. Colombian. Oh, that's good. That'll work. That'll work.
Angela.co5b says you missed a lot we were cutting up.
Oh Lord. Should I look? Let me glance through here real quick. Whoops. Good goodness, it's 8 o'clock already. Sounds like sugar going on. You guys are very perceptive. I hope am I going to read in here that the mute didn't work?
Angela.co5b says you abandoned us. At Mukim C says I still can't get over how big that horse was. At Hollis6448 says well, let's go to Wellsville.
If the horse is still there, I'm going to stop and you're going to see him. No, this isn't Bucky's. This is Rutter's. I would do the heat over the cold. If it was going to be too cold or too hot, I would go with too hot. Takes in the store, couldn't do that. Who's babysitting? Someone got surprising. Donuts and 4 Did anybody come and look at the van? People. Did I go running out with a bag full of cash? I want cash.
Hollis6448 says I didn't see this horse, but it seemed to have affected you deeply, Mookie.
Okay, I'm caught up. Here we go. All right, on to Wellsville. Wellsville.
Short gal says if you keep driving through the wall you will be here in 5 minutes.
All right. Now I gotta figure out which way did I come in. I think our street is out here. Yeah, I made that turn. Okay. Where's my GPS lady?
King C says I did not see it either.
Turn left
At
onto Abbottstown Street.
6448, but Craig said it was big.
It was. It was a big horse. It really was. All right, we're back on it now.
Short gal says I didn't use it either.
All right. rattling up a storm. All right, so that was East Berlin. Next stop, Wellsville.
Short gal says I want her to say Mookie 10 times in a row.
Well, all you gotta do. I mean, not that I'm encouraging it, but Mookie, 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 Mookie.
Paula 6448 says I wonder if his friend ever saw a road this big horse, which Craig speaks of. Mookie C says a little Mookie can go a long way.
Here we are. That's a big house on the left there.
New York gal says Mookie, Mookie, Mookie.
Mookie, Mookie, Mookie.
Gal says Mookie, 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 Mookie.
Take your next right onto Bermudian Church Road.
Oh, looks, you got interrupted. I think you were saying Mookie.
He says lol, uncle.
You were.
At Hollis 6448 says that big house needs a big horse.
Maybe it has one in the back. I don't know. The house I saw, the horse was in the front yard.
Right onto Bermudian Church Road.
Bermudian Church.
Co5B says I didn't see horse either.
I know. I don't know why. I wonder if we were.
At Mookie C says Craig does have a vivid imagination. At Hollis 6448. He has imaginary horses and imaginary friends who get lung massages.
It's.
Hollis 6448 says if the horse was truly a big horse we would see it over the house.
It wasn't that big. The horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Gal says ha 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 I was just saying that Craig. PC says I bet it was a pony at best named Mr. Ed.
No, it was real. I hope that horse is still standing there when we go by. Come on.
Gal says this voice doesn't pronounce words correctly.
No, you're right. Sometimes she doesn't.
Next stop sign, take a sharp left.
Sharp left. We're definitely getting close to Wellsville now. I know. I can feel it.
Stop sign, take a sharp left onto Davidsburg Road.
All right,
At
everybody.
Mooking C says, are you delivering some donuts to a farm?
No, no. We are picking up supplies from.
Paula 6448
how you
says,
would
that's what I
describe
am saying, Mookie. Now he has us out in the middle of a damn cornfield going to who knows where, with promises of donuts.
Wait till we get there. You're going to see. Sometimes they have a whole bunch of 18-wheelers there. This is some serious farmland out here. There's a giant farm up here.
York Gal says,
Go past
supplies
Red
like
Run
what
Valley
bread,
Road and turn right onto
flour,
Crawltown Road.
spatula.
Right onto Crawltown Road.
New York Gal says, is the donut factory out here?
No, but they do have. I don't know how you would describe this place. It's not really a warehouse. It's sort of like a supply company. I don't know that. I think they do some retail business with meat. That's a big farm right there. It's a big farm.
Paula 6448 says, in my country, no one had a big horse, no one. We all had pony. At Mooking C says, this is all new and very confusing.
This is all new. We've been here before, Mookie. I think we're about to ride through an area where I think it's more horses.
Paula 6448 says, I am thinking duct tape, zip tape, and shovels.
There's a reason why we don't have windows in this van. Low shoulder, low shoulder.
Gal says, Amish country.
I don't know if there's Amish here. I mean, they could be. Not, but it's not a big community.
At Susaner 207 says, does the giant farm have giant horses?
No, I think that was a lot of grain, some kind of grains. And a few cows. But
He says, who would leave a pony country for a non-pony country?
I think
Someone who likes big horses. New York Gal says, in Pop. Absolutely there is.
we're passing mostly horses now. Like we get into there's one stretch of this road where it's mostly horses. I think it's coming up. I feel like we make a right-hand turn coming up here pretty soon. Where is
this trip. I have not seen even one horse.
I'm going to stop the
At the
next
next
time.
stop sign, turn right.
Here we go. This is going to be, so we make this right, and then we're going to be on a stretch. Now, straight ahead,
Stop
you've got,
sign, turn right onto Wellsville Road.
straight ahead, they're cows. Okay, they're cows. They're all laying down. A couple of them are standing up, but most of them are laying down. So we've got resting
Short gal
cows.
says manifesting a horse with long tail from Yuki Mook.
We're gonna get a horse for you, Mookie.
King C says lol.
Oh, there was a horse. I just saw another
King
horse.
C says, are you confusing horses with cows?
No, no. I just saw another horse, but it was too quick. I really hope that white horse is still standing there because we're going to
King
get...
C says, was that one big? At Hollis 6448 says he keeps promising us great things to see. Horses, tractor trailers, donuts. It all seems like
tractor-
empty promises at this point.
I can't promise the tractor trailers. Sometimes I go and there are some tractor trailers there. Sometimes they're not. So I can't promise the tractor trailers, but it's a possibility. I feel like we should have passed the horses by now, though. Like,
Short gal says, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
no, not yet.
King C says, I totally agree. At Hollis 6448, Craig is a big tease.
Now we're gonna. You wait. I think it's this route. Just wait. Wow, the truck just kept going. Here we go. You can always tell because when the fences, they start making the fences wooden like this, they're horse fields. There's a few over there. I might have to zoom in. I don't see them close to the road. There's nobody behind me. These are horses. Along here, we're going to see horses. There we go. Oh shoot! I have a car behind me. Hold on. I'm not letting this go. Even if we have to turn around.
Hollis 6448 says, I really think we are on a wild goose chase.
We're not.
In this case, a giant horse and colorful donuts.
There were a whole group of horses back there. And you know what? We're just going to make this happen. These roads are so ridiculous. There's no place to turn around.
King C says the video is a bit pixelated. It looks like a Minecraft horse field at best.
Does it really?
But still no horses. New York gal says coming up.
Continue onto York Street, then turn left onto Carlisle Road,
Gal
Main
says
Street.
just for you.
Is it really pixelated right now? That's kind of stinks. All right, you know what? Let's get the...
Stop sign, turn left onto Carlisle Road, Main Street.
All right, we're almost there. So let me load up the van first. When we come back, we'll get them on the way back. Is it really pixelated?
Short gal says yes it was.
Is it better now? We should at least be getting a... This was really bad with Starlink, but I thought with the mobile connection it would be better.
Pass North Street and turn right onto Chestnut Street.
We are kind of in the middle of nowhere, but now it should be better. There's got to be a signal here.
Right onto Chestnut Street. Then you'll take your first left onto North Street.
All right, I got you. All right, here we go. We're here. Weavers of Wellsville.
Left onto North Street. Then your destination will be on the right.
Only 1/4 as big as a big horse at Nigel 333.
All right, we're here. We're at Weavers.
Destination is on the right.
See, there should be trucks here, but there are none. Okay? I knew this was going to happen. All right. Now here's another area where, how is the picture right now? Is it pretty good? Let's see what we got here. Backing up, this is what the 18-wheelers do. Boop, 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 boop.
Team C says, has Craig defined supplies yet?
All right.
At Hollis 6448 says, you mean one of those horses that are outside of stores for kids NYGAL that used to charge a quarter?
No, again with a quarter. You mean the horses that vibrate? All right, hold on. Now, in this area right here, I used to get no signal at all because the Starlink doesn't work here. How's the picture? Do you guys have a picture?
Short Gal says, I know Mookie, it was the best I could do in a short time. He has not defined supplies, laugh out loud.
No, well, supplies are...
Mookie C says, no horses, no trucks, and Craig is imitating a truck to try to fool us.
All right, guys, let me see something. How does...
Short Gal says, at least it wasn't a donkey. At Angela.co5b says, is this the place Bob comes to?
No, that's a good question. No, Bob goes to a place in Baltimore. Let's see. He has come up here before, but not, when he leaves the bakery in the morning sometimes, and I say he's going to pick up, there he's getting like sugar.
6448 says, oh yes, I remember this place. You took us here before. 6448 says, oh yes.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Picture's good. All right. So I'm going to go in there and see if I can get that hooked up. Uh-oh, I'm buffering. Did I buffer there for a second? Why is that? That's weird. That might have been switching over. All right, let's go. Park. Weavers of Wellsville. Oh, I should have brought, well, I'll move the camera if I can. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. I'm picking up for Tuco's.
Picking up for Hills?
For Tuco's Bakery. It's probably like, I think it's like maybe 8 boxes maybe. Yeah. How are you doing? Do people really... Everybody in here rides around a little forklift, little thing. How you doing? You guys still, is the video still working out there? I'm standing in here, it's freezing inside this building. Yeah, I'll run out there.
He's gonna go get the bill while then.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, but I can load that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rural area top. That call is Innocent saying he didn't know what was in the 8 boxes.
No, I said it should be about 8 boxes.
Gal says holla. Code 5G.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're loaded up. We're loaded up. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That'll close it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right here?
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
Back one's yours.
Yours, mine. All right. Thanks, man. Have a good one. All right.
Short Gal says, Mookie, yes, you are so smart. Great idea.
What is that? What did Mookie?
At Angela.co5b says, Mookie lol. I am dangerous says at Hala 6448 we made it. While I sleep hee hee. New York Gal says, Craig, can we see what is unbox number 3 please?
Box number 3. No, I'm not showing you what's in the box. They're back there, though. Can you see them? Can you even see the boxes? I don't know if you can or not. Can you see anything? They're just a lot. It's eight boxes, and then there's some filling. It's like, I think, not filling, but
Hala 6448 says you slept. I thought you went to work. I am dangerous says, are we getting an unboxing when we get back?
no, we're not getting
At
an
Angela
unboxing.
Co5b says no boxes. At Mookie
There are
says we saw
boxes.
0 boxes.
All right, hold on a minute. Well, I got to get out of this spot first. Hold on.
New York Gal says show us the goods, show us the goods, show us the goods.
No, it's just stuff. Oh, look, there's a guy standing back there. They're literally just boxes with like the stuff that you use to make donuts. Hang on. I'll show you that there are boxes back there. You guys are very insistent. Boom. See?
I am dangerous says at Hala 6448 it only 530.
And there's some Supreme cherry filling.
Supplies and stuff. Good enough for me. Gal says great wonderful Craig.
There you go.
I am
See
dangerous
that?
says open M.
I can't open them.
I am dangerous
Well, I mean,
says Cheery. I love Cheery. New York Gal says box 3 please.
Box 3. They aren't numbered. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, you know what I should do? Hang on before we start.
Dangerous says Cherry. At Hala 6448 says it's starting to seem shady as hell again. I am dangerous says I take box 4.
You know, box 4. Hold on. What am I?
At Mukim C says box 3 seems like the popular pick.
Okay, here we go. Hang on. I want to restart my. I know you don't like her, but we got to have the other lady talking for a minute.
Hala 6448 says oh. Okay, it's all on the up and up.
It is all the. What are you talking about? Hold on. Bertuca's Bakery. There we go. Let's just put her on just so I don't miss a turn. I don't like to miss a turn.
At Angela.co5b says let us see the box labels. I am dangerous says you pen the boxes up.
Hang on. Oh, why is it taking me back? Okay, this is about right. So we're an hour.
Kim C says just ask your GPS to take you to the big horse.
I gotta plug that in here. Make sure that we go by the big horse.
Dangerous says up N.
Okay, that's that. There we go, there we go. Okay, so that's set up. and ready to go.
Angela.co5b says lol Mookie. I am dangerous says big horse.
All right, what's the deal with
New
the...
York Gal says all of us could solve anything LMFAO.
What happened with the... Do you see the...
York Gal says I am dying LMAO.
What did it do? Sprinkle while I was in there? Did you guys get rained?
Hala 6448 says it'll take what's behind the curtain. Those boxes look like junk. I am dangerous, says horse.
It's just the supplies. It's just stuff they use to make the donuts. I'm not a baker, guys. I drive a van. All right. Is that good?
Dangerous says fine, let's see the cherries then.
It's like a... They're not
I
cherries.
am dangerous, says cherries.
There.
At Mooking C says Craig saw a big horse that you think really existed. At justacat.cs2.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. We're now leaving Weavers of Wellsville.
Toward Carlisle Road, Main Street, then turn left onto
New York
Carlisle
gal
Road.
says not a baker. The
Turn
donuts
left
and
onto
Danishes
Carlisle
prove
Road,
that's
Main
a lie.
Street.
Look, here's some people waiting for the school bus. They're waiting for the school bus. See, if I had a cookie right now, I could give them a cookie. But no, we don't have a cookie yet. Okay. Maybe
Dangerous says Mooking C lol figures.
I could throw some raw dough cereal out at them. Or maybe... or just splash some cherry jelly filling on them. Open up that tub and give them a spoon.
Dangerous says
At the
Craig.
next stop
Chick
sign,
boxes
turn
in.
right.
That's what I should do. I should open that tub of cherry
At the
filling.
stop sign,
At
turn right onto York Street.
6448 says you wouldn't need a GPS if you would have left a breadcrumb trail to follow back. At Mooking C says I'm glad you navigated around those big trucks, Craig.
I'm glad you noticed how easily I did that. I have been there when there were a lot of trucks. I probably even have it on film. I think it was...
New York gal says, can you please open a can of cherries in your suspenders while live?
I think I should have opened the tub of cherry filling and given them a spoon and just had them enjoy some time with the cherry jelly.
King C says, hey little kid, want a spoonful of cherries? New York gal says holding a box of fresh baked donuts
All right.
that you did not bake.
Here we go. I see the horses. We're going to see these horses. I don't have any car behind me right now. All right.
Next slide right to stay on Wellsville Road.
They're on the right-hand side up here. Here we go. Horses. Up right there. Told you. Let's zoom in on the horses. There they are. Now, see? I told you.
New York gal says, Mookie, you're up.
There they are. They're not the big horse, but they're horses.
Dangerous says horsies.
See? There's a whole farm.
New York gal says, can we get a zoom in?
There's a whole bunch of them out there. All right, hold on.
King C says moderate sized.
They are moderate sized. I didn't say they were the big ones. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have...
6448 says he said he just drives a van, but I think he is a former world traveler visiting motels with vibrating beds and reading Bibles as he went.
Well, that was part of my travels, yeah. Phew. All right, so we got the horses. We didn't get any trucks, though. I'm sorry. I couldn't promise trucks.
He says law.
Take a slide right to stay on Wellsville Road.
6448 says those look like AI horses.
No, they were real. They were real horses.
Short gal says ha 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 ha, yeah Craig, that was AI. I am dangerous says you set us up.
It was a green screen. Oh my goodness.
Dangerous says Big Faker.
I think it was back before Christmas. When I came up here before Christmas, one time I was in there and there were trucks there, there were trucks backed up. I couldn't even go into that little bay or whatever you call it, where the door is. I couldn't back into that because there was a truck there.
says now that you mention it at Hollis 6448 those horses did not move and their hooves looked all wrong.
They didn't blink. They didn't blink.
Short gal says on the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again.
I can see I have work to do when I get home today. I'm gonna have to make a
Dangerous says,
film.
I was wondering.
I'm gonna see if I can find some footage of Weaver with a bunch of trucks. I'm gonna slow down and take a picture of that white horse. You know, the trouble with some of the shorts that I make are that nobody gets it except us. I thought about that with the pictures of my car, but that's okay. Eventually people are going to say, what are you doing? Why are you making these shorts?
6448 says one of the horses had 5 legs. His story is starting to unravel again.
Hey, what do you mean 5
At the
legs?
next stop sign, turn left.
Are you talking dirty?
Stop sign, turn left onto Crawltown
I am
Road.
dangerous says 5 legs.
Heard that before.
King C says the short of the car going through the intersection was a big hit.
That was a big hit. That one was a big hit.
Hollis 6448 says Coney.
We're going to make this white horse a big hit. I don't know how, but it's going to happen. I'm determined now because you guys are in denial. You're in horse denial. This is very hilly back here, by the way. You don't really get the perspective.
Dangerous says yeah that was happened to me. And I was like, commit already, you're already there law. At King C says Craig is a star maker. New York gal says whoa hug the turn like a champion.
These are very hilly roads
Short
back
gal
here.
says get brakes a lot.
Get brakes a lot? No, I don't think so. If we drove this route, we would need them. Oh look, I just got something just hit the windshield here.
Dangerous says do we have brakes? Right now.
We do have brakes.
I am dangerous
Look.
says what?
This actually says dangerous
New York gal
intersection.
says absolutely.
Here we go. See, that was we're like cresting. We're cresting right now, cresting.
Dangerous says oh okay. At Hollis 6448 says maybe make a short of you running the stop sign and saying was there a stop for me?
There was no stop sign. That's funny. I didn't know anybody else was going to have that
Dangerous
feeling,
says law.
but it did feel like I was going through.
Dangerous says who crusty.
It's like if everybody on the road is pulling over, but and you're like, why is everybody pulling over? And then you realize you've got, you know, an emergency vehicle behind you. That was the feeling I had.
Next stop sign, turn left.
I used to see animals inside this barn too, like pigs or something.
Stop sign,
Oh, yeah.
turn left onto Davidsburg Road.
There are a bunch of goats and stuff in there. doing goat stuff. I think they're all goats. There's one. See him walking around with his horns.
King C says I've never heard someone get so excited about cresting that they had to shout cresting 3 times. New York gal says, Craig, what did you say? I missed it. All I heard was feeling that I had. At Holla6448 says I've never heard of a 3-way stop. Everyone stops except Craig. At Toyo1973 says hello again everyone, just a cat Holla Nigel Mookie Craig.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome
I am
back.
dangerous says oh not crusty. Creasting.
Crusting. I don't think our lady is saying it properly.
Past Red Run Church Road, take a sharp right onto Bermudian Church Road.
New York gal says Toyo hello welcome to the current crime being committed. New York gal says joking smiley face. I am dangerous says hello Toyo. Good morning. Have a good
Continue
day.
for 1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
At Toyo1973 says is Craig given more legal advice?
I was giving legal advice earlier. Now, I believe people are thinking I'm going to need legal advice.
King C says big horse. A lot of trucks. Goat stuff. Craig has a way with words. I am dangerous says lol Toyo. King C says hello to you, at Toyo 1973. I am dangerous says he was showing us goats that don't.
The goats, you could see the goats. All you could see was their head. They were there.
Toyo 1973 says I heard some of the conversation earlier.
I mean, I did drive through an intersection. I did not have a stop sign, but it
says this road is
felt like I should. Yeah, this is a very nice road.
King C says I apologize, at Toyo 1973. New York gal says AI goats sound terrifying.
Red Fox Ridge.
York gal says please leave off the horns.
Leave off the horns. They had horns. The goats had horns.
Paula 6448 says no crimes here. Allegedly just transporting sweets interstate.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
King C says those robot dogs scare me.
Oh yeah, they do. They're kind of creepy.
Stop sign, turn left onto Pennsylvania 194 South.
And it seems like they're using them for like army, like for military reasons. I think that's one of the reasons they make them look like that.
Dangerous says I like them. New York gal says I saw this cute Billy goat at my favorite cemetery. I named him Bob. I think he is in alive way back. I am dangerous says yes all on the East Coast.
Where was that horse? We gotta find that big white horse. It does seem like that place is in the middle of nowhere.
Dangerous says there was a white horse too.
There is. There's a big white horse. We're going to see it.
Team C says, did you not put a pin in the map for the big horse?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I should have, though. Because all of a sudden that white horse has become very important to me.
Paula 6448 says, yes, NYPD has them, but the ones at the auto show are creepy cute. I am dangerous says, pin the map always. New York gal says, yay. A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Mr. Ed.
Dangerous says at Holla 6448 yeah. At Holla 6448 says ya think. There isn't anything else around it.
The big white horse is going to be on the
Gal
left
says,
hand
did you know
side.
that they make dog food out of horses that go to the chop house?
What? Why? Well, why does a horse go to the chop house? And not my dog food. My dog does not eat horse stuff.
Dangerous says, yeah, it's true.
AJ eats the farmer's dog food, which is chicken, beef.
Short gal says, old, broken leg, sick, just mean owner.
Do they still do glue?
Team C says the big horse was in that one area with Bigfoot and E.T. At Holla 6448 says also grew back in the day I think.
Where was the big horse? Was the big horse before we came through East Berlin? Like now we're back in East Berlin. Does anybody remember? I don't think we've passed the big white horse yet.
Dangerous says I missed Bigfoot and Ed too.
I'm trying to remember where the big white horse is.
Gal says remember when.
Well, did I see the big white horse before we stopped at Rutter's?
Paula 6448 says you should have brought AJ to this road trip.
Yeah, he'd probably like to see all the animals.
Dangerous says oh yeah. At New Team C says what is the splotch on the windshield?
Where do you see a splash? Do you see one?
Paula 6448 says I think the big horse was in your dreams, buddy.
No, there was a big white horse.
I am dangerous says Birdie Poop.
Is this what you're looking at? It's down here though. I don't think you can see the bird poop.
Horse gal says holla. RHR. Dangerous says hee hee.
All right, let's see.
Paula 6448 says do you remember? Remember.
She doesn't sing very well. speed limit along here is 55. What the heck?
Dangerous says, is that MJ?
MJ or AJ? Where's my white horse?
Dangerous says, I filled you singing spot singing while you were away. I am dangerous says Holla. Team C says Craig's entire future and sanity is depending on a big horse that I think he already passed up.
I think we passed it too, but I wasn't there. So I'm gonna be going through this.
6448 says the splotch might be toxins from the trip.
I don't see it on the windshield, but if we stop, I can.
Fourth Gal says manifesting stopping for lunch. Plus 6448 says you did.
Where's this big white horse? I did pass the horse. Yeah, I feel like, because now we're coming up on the area. There's going to be a golf course on the left-hand side now.
Fourth Gal says manifesting a 24-hour Craig is awesome live stream.
24 hours. That'd be crazy.
Dangerous says no white horse then. Boo. At Holla 6448 says I thought you were eating orange chicken. New York Gal says wow, did anyone else see the eye lights?
I'm going to be going.
York Gal says I am so full Holla I can't move.
I'm going to be going through this live stream, and I'm going to find that white horse.
600 feet at the traffic circle, take the third exit onto South Queen Street.
Because I know we were past where he was before now. He wasn't here. All right, go.
Team C says the splotch I see may be an orange or red light from something on the dashboard.
Oh, you're looking at this. It's on the speaker. That's what you see.
Co 5B says NY, yes, those headlights were blinking.
It's the reflection. Yeah, you're seeing the reflection of that on the windshield.
Dangerous says I always thought that was the moon. New York Gal says yes. Mission. White horse time frame. All day. At Toyo 1973 says inserting a white horse doesn't count lol. At Holla 6448 says you didn't share any with us.
Didn't share any of what? Oh, lunch. That's a good point. Yeah,
Short Gal says make sure you stop and get something to eat and drink. This could take a while. C says the only way I will trust this is if you go back tomorrow and interview the horse.
You think he can talk? You think it's Mr. Ed? He wasn't. I'm telling you, it was a big horse. It had the hairy legs like a Clydesdale.
Dangerous says, could it have been a tall cow? Short Gal says, your channel would be a funny TV show hearing this
It
voice and what
wasn't.
we say.
It wasn't
At Mooking C
a cow.
says, asked what it was like to pull a wagon full of beer. At Consummate Goodness says, hi.
That's what it looked
Everyone
like.
smiley face.
That's what it looked like. I've seen the Clydesdale a couple times. They used to be.
Dangerous says, he Kendra.
Hey, Kendra.
Short Gal says, goodness, good morning sunshine. At Toyo 1973 says, hi Kendra, Craig's off his rocker. At Hala 6448 says, yes, we must hear it from the horse's mouth. At Mooking C says, hello. At Consummate Goodness.
I've seen the Clydesdale at Daytona. They were down at the Daytona 500 a couple times. They're very
Dangerous
big.
says, Craig seeing horses.
They're very big horses. I'm not just seeing horses, I'm seeing very big horses with hairy legs.
Hala 6448 says, I think it was a small farm mouse. New York Gal says, at least the horse he saw was white. At Angela.Co5B says, hi Kendra.
It was a big white.
At Consummate Goodness
Horse.
says, well, interesting, haha. At Hala 6448 says, good morning Kendra.
Maybe it was a ghost.
I am dangerous says, hairy legs horses, lol.
Maybe it was a ghost, a horse ghost. Because I haven't seen, usually the Clydesdale horses are brown.
Short Gal says, goodness, we on the white horse hunt, have you seen it?
No,
Looks like a big white horse.
we're
I dangerous says, intervention time.
we're past him now.
At Mooking C says, was the big horse you saw today a big horse or a very big horse? And was it so big that it had 5 legs? I am dangerous says, lol.
No.
Consummate Goodness says, where are you seeing these horses? Craig. Lol.
This particular horse was right by the road. I mean, it was like just right off the road. He was standing there, and no, he didn't have 5 legs. And no, I'm not going to turn that into a joke.
6448 says, we aren't sure, but Craig might be going though an episode of some type.
Then we went to the Weavers, and they didn't have any 18-wheelers there at all. It's been sort of a letdown from that standpoint.
Short Gal says, 5 legs, no joke, he said, ha.
I said I'm not joking about the 5 legs, because that could go off in a whole
Consummate
different
Goodness
thing.
says, do these horses talk to you, Craig? Lol.
No, the only horse I've ever seen that talked, his name was Mr. Ed, and he had a TV show. I haven't talked to any horses outside of that. I don't think I need to watch an episode, Mr. Ed, though, because I don't really remember that. I remember the show, but I don't remember, details. Like, what did they do during the show? Did they just stand around and talk to the horse? What did Mr. Ed do? Did he fight crime? I think we're coming up on the intersection pretty soon where I drove through and felt awkward.
Consummate Goodness says, I don't remember details, either.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, I don't...
At Hala 6448 says, worse than that, Kendra, they don't talk. Just whisper and only to Craig. At Mooking C says, Craig keeps his conversations as goat only.
Slow down, slow down. Oh, this is why. This is why you should slow down. Right up here, ladies and gentlemen.
Consummate Goodness says, been watching a lot of McHale's Navy lately. Old shows are the best.
Yeah.
I am dangerous says the invisible goats.
Oh, wow. The speed limit's 25 miles an hour. No wonder. No wonder that guy got a ticket. Somewhere in this area is where we drove through that intersection.
Kim C says, are we close to the stop sign you ignored?
There was no stop. It was one of these roads, and if you notice, there are no stop signs for us. The stop signs are for the other road. But it was somewhere along there. Yeah. So we are close.
Gal says, I am looking to see an AI goat run across the road.
I think we went by the road where the traffic was congested for some reason. And it felt like I drove through a stop sign, but I didn't.
Kim C says, lol. At Hala6448 says, oh, and they also talked to Craig's friend, who once got a rough massage.
The one with the toxins. Kendra, have you ever had a massage?
Short Gal says, Craig, when you get monetized, can you make a goat emoji?
Yeah, make a goat emoji. Well, don't we need a big white horse? Or like
Samantha Goodness says, I have once.
Now does that mean you didn't really like it? Or you liked it but you just haven't gone back? Or we were discussing whether or not
York Gal says yes, and a cheese Danish.
massage and a cheese Danish?
At Hala6448 says the stop sign was before the coffee spot. At Mukim C says, I'm now waking up enough to realize that none of this is really making sense.
You're just now realizing that? Well, that explains some of your comments throughout the... Oh, we got work going on here. Maybe this is where that... Maybe they were setting this up, you know what I mean? Maybe this is where that intersection was. No, I don't think it was. I've got so much to do. When I get home, I'm going to have to look through this live stream.
Short Gal says, Mookie, blame the white horse. At Consummate Goodness says it was a gift, but I guess I didn't like it enough to go back with my own money, lol. I am dangerous says, I'm still half asleep. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, Kendra, that's what we all kind of, that was the conclusion we all came to. That we didn't really enjoy it that much.
Half a mile, turn left onto Carlisle Street.
Someone who picked up 8 boxes full of air. At Angela.co5b says, Kendra, how can I watch a tail maybe like that today? At Toyo1973 says, while watching the replay, don't be smoking anything cause you could see 2 horses.
I could. You're right. I could. At this point, I would just be happy to see 1 horse because I know I saw a horse. There was a white horse.
I'm dangerous says, lol.
Might have to ride up here in my car afterwards.
Short Gal says, did you see it today?
Yeah.
Right, turn left onto Carlisle Street.
Oh, look, this person has a thing on their car. Look.
Angela.co5b says, don't run it again, the police are watching.
Do you see?
Consummate Goodness says, Angela, my dad sent me the series on DVD. I'm not sure where it's available for streaming, sorry. I am dangerous says, are you coming back here to talk to the horses?
Only if I get lonely.
Paula6448 says, of course you did, buddy. A big giant horse, big as the moon.
It's huge. I have wings.
Kim C says, why do I think Craig will be arrested later after being seen spray painting a horse white? At Consummate Goodness says, lol. I am dangerous says, lol. Short Gal says in Parr, Maryland you saw it.
It was, well, we're in Pennsylvania, so it was in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, it wasn't that close, or I probably would ride back past it, but that would be a little too far to go. It's on the film. It's on. I mean, unless we were buffering or something when we went by. But I don't think we were.
Toyo 1973 says as close as the deer are that.
We saw some deer this morning.
King C says that's the thing. At Nigel 333. There was no horse at all.
There was a horse.
Paula 6448 says it was so big it had its front legs in one state and the others in another state. Short Gal says
It was so big that you don't even know it was a horse. You know what I mean?
Samantha Goodness says ha ha holla.
You couldn't even see the whole thing. That's how big it was.
Samantha Goodness says when was this? Like how long ago? I want to go back and look lol.
How long ago do you think that was?
Short Gal says me too lol.
Maybe an hour ago? You think it was that long ago? We had... It was... I think it was after... it was definitely after we passed through Hanover. I think we went through...
She says it seems like a lifetime.
Hey, is Just a Cat in here? Just a Cat, remember you have to go to work. I think.
At Toyo 1973 says everyone gonna be searching for the horse like it's the golden ticket Charlie.
I know. It's probably going to be good for my view time. What are we doing now?
Paula 6448 says I don't know how long ago were you in REM sleep, Craig?
Why? Like a 90-minute cycle?
Samantha Goodness says haha.
I don't know. I know I saw the horse. I just hope it's on that film. It was after we went through
Dangerous
East
says,
Berlin.
oh yeah, thank you, Craig. Get ready and just listen. Have a good day, everybody.
All right.
At Mukim C says it was sometime after the vibrating bed but before the goat stuff. At Consummate Goodness says Craig, you're gonna have to find this horse and make a short of it.
I know. Well, Kendra, I was saying the goofy thing is, like, all of my shorts are becoming things that don't make sense.
1973 says by Just a Cat.
They don't make sense to anybody but us, like the people that watch my live streams. And I think that's okay.
6448 says take care, Just a Cat, don't work too hard.
Like I can just see somebody
The Goodness says Just a Cat, have a great day.
that looks at that one short that I made with the pictures of the cars. They're probably like, okay, why did he make this short? I am going to start making...
Gal says that's okay, that can make them curious and watch a live to see more, you know.
See that? That's a good idea. I am going to make more videos that are like little cuts out of
PC says
the drive.
Take care, at justacat.cs2.
All right, I'm gonna stop in here again.
Hala6448 says not true. People like OU.
Let's see.
At Hala6448 says LM.
We're stopping here for a second. I gotta.
Take your next right
At
onto Clover Lane.
Angela.co5b says AutoZone.
AutoZone. Did we just pass AutoZone? No, I gotta run in here real quick. This has like become a regular thing, stopping here. Whoops. Guess what I just did? That's where the gear shift is on my car.
Samantha Good says haha. At Hala6448 says old stuff, especially cars and photos.
I always do that. In my car, the gear shift is on the steering column.
Thorpe Gal says by just a cat. At Hala6448 says you put her in reverse.
I did, but instead I put the windshield wipers on. All right, hang on a second. I'll be right back. I think I'm good, right? I'll leave you with this stuff. Yeah. Let me know if
-co5b says.
let me know if a big white horse runs by the van.
Oh yeah, he comes in at 4. Did I even lock that? I don't even know if I locked it. I didn't. That's great. As I'm walking up to the van, I'm like, did I forget to lock that? I did. So there's only like 3 phones, Starlink.
Samantha Goodness says I love how he comes back just laughing haha. At Mooking C says Craig should make shorts based on his different characters. the bad doctor, the bad lawyer, the misogynist, and the bad windshield wiper controller.
Hey, I think I would.
New York gal says hit the like.
I think I
At
was.
Hala6448 says I've never been to a Wawa until recently. I see what everyone is
In
obsessed
200
about
feet,
now.
turn right onto
except no
Baltimore
one could
Street.
Put the lids on the small
Turn right
drink
onto
containers.
Baltimore Street.
They Wawa's pretty good. All right, here we go. The last stretch back to the bakery with our 8 empty boxes and some cherry filling. Did you see any horses while I was gone?
Samantha Goodness says no horses law.
I think in Pennsylvania it must be legal to have
Angela.Co5B says what did you go in there for, Craig?
slot machines.
At Paula6448 says okay. All hearts beating as one. Let's take this ship home.
That was just a bathroom break. I had my large coffee.
Angela.Co5B says don't know what a Wawa is.
Wawa. It's like
Gal says
7-Eleven.
I didn't look for a horse law.
Like a convenience store type thing. Seems to be the main type of store up here because there's a Sheetz. Sheetz are good too.
Kim C says does a massage help with a weak bladder?
I would think. Now this is just a guess, but I wouldn't think that it would be advised. I wouldn't advise getting a massage while you had to go to the bathroom. Probably not a good idea. I'm just thinking that could be very uncomfortable.
Paula6448 says I think there was a horse but it was so big it just stepped right over the van. At Angela.Co5B says wonder who came up with that name.
Oh, Wawa? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Wawa. Wawa.
Samantha Goodness says haha.
Haha, Wawa. Haha, Wawa. Haba, haba. Hawa. They could have called it Hawa.
Samantha Goodness says ha ha ha.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, why isn't it 3 wahs? Why is it just 2 wahs?
Angela.Co5B says yes, John goes to Sheetz and Lot for DoorDash.
Yeah, that's true. He does. And then up here they also have Rutter's. And Rutter's, I think, originally was just like a dairy farm. And then they started, which is kind of like High's. Wasn't High's mostly dairy, and then they turned into like convenience stores? wonder why that is. Is that because people have to...
Paula 6448 says actually there was a Wawa convention last time I was at the casino. I tried to get in, but it was a closed door type of thing.
Really? Like a corporate event type of thing? With Wawa?
Kim C says two was don't make it right.
Two was. Now starting to sound like Haktua.
Paula 6448 says it was called the Golden Goose Ball or something. At Angela.co5b says we don't have sheets either.
We just started getting sheets. We didn't have them until maybe 5 years ago, 5 or 10 years ago. And they've started building them in Maryland. We don't really have any rudders in Maryland. Rudders is we might have a few, but it's mostly Pennsylvania.
Paula 6448 says I don't have any of those here.
How about highs? You guys ever... That used to be a bigger thing when I was younger.
Angela.co5b says where are you, Paula?
Hala is up in New York.
Kim C says do you have a McDonald's?
Yes, we
Method
do.
Goodness says law.
We do. And a Taco Bell. And a Burger King. And we have Hardee's too. I recently heard...
Paula 6448 says but I was genuinely impressed with Wawa, which says a lot because I don't like big corporate chains.
Yeah, Wawa's pretty good. Wawa's a good place. I want to go to a Buc-ee's.
Come to Maryland.
At Paula 6448 says I am in NYC. We have 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah, good old 7-Eleven.
Angela.co5b says highs are hives.
Highs. Have you ever... Do you have hives? That would be a whole different question. No, it's highs. 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 We've crossed over into Maryland, so you'll get an idea. We just crossed into Maryland a minute ago. And I think we're maybe 10 miles from the bakery now. We're pretty close.
Paula 6448 says the tide is high, so I am moving out.
Tide is high.
Paula 6448 says why is the trip always shorter coming back?
Well, now this does feel shorter, but compared to, so from the what a day from my delivery spot to Wellsville was about an hour and 20 minutes. I think they said an hour and 20 minutes. And from Wellsville back to the bakery is only an hour. So it is a little bit shorter from my delivery spot than it is from the bakery.
While driving stressful at all or more enjoyable having company joining you in that chat?
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
At Angela.co5b says quick trip here.
But we started at 6. Actually, this is about, I thought we would get back between 9:30 and 10.
At C says how long will the tub of cherries last? If you don't know, just admit it and ask Bob.
I don't know. I will admit that. I don't know. I don't know how long these tubs last. They apparently not too long.
Angela.co5b says Hall is so true, it does feel that way.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know how long these tubs should last. But apparently, whoever orders them normally doesn't know either, because we're picking up a tub. Maybe we've been going through extra cherry filling for some reason. I don't know why. What was that? Arrow Energy.
Paula 6448 says maybe there is cherry filling thief among us.
Ah, that's true. Maybe somebody stole a bucket of cherry filling.
Angela.co5b says quick trip is a gas station with food and kitchen. At Mookin C says you really need to ask more questions and grill Bob. We deserve answers, I think.
I'll have to set it up so that maybe one day a week we'll go in the bakery and have a question and answer period. I did think, I'm saying that funny now, but I did think about that. I was like, from that, we went into the bakery. Sunday mornings are the best because it's only Jennifer and Bob in there when I get back from the run. And they're not open yet. Well, are they? Yeah, I guess they are open. But on a Sunday morning, they're not very busy at 7 o'clock.
Short Gal says that would be cool. The bakers.
I thought of that, or I could take questions or gather them. Like, how long does a tub of cherry filling last? And then do a short video about it. I mean, I've watched some of these other videos the bakeries are making, and I mean, some of the video, the quality, like the editing quality and stuff is very, very good. But the content is just pretty basic stuff. Like they're dressing up a donut, or they're boxing up a donut, or whatever. But there's some lady, I think we were talking about it the other day, where she's like has 19 million views. There's a baker
Team C says my first question to Jennifer and Bob would be, why in the world did you hire Craig? Don't you know he went to medical and law school?
That would be a good question. I would be very interested in the answer to that. And that's another question I really can't answer myself.
Paula6448 says he is definitely overqualified.
Well,
Short Gal says question. Process of making a donut.
that's a good one.
There are police reported ahead.
Ooh, police report ahead. Keep your eye out, everybody. I think it's weird that it's okay for Google to do that. Does anybody else think that's strange? Like, what if you're in a state where radar detectors are illegal? Is that still a thing? Like Virginia. I think Virginia was a state where radar detectors are illegal. So if that's the case, is Google allowed to tell you when there's police ahead? And usually they're right. This doesn't seem to be the case, but I haven't seen a police car.
At Hala6448 says they heard there is a big donut haul coming through.
Illegal donuts. I've got undocumented donuts in the van. That was an odd.
Team C says Bob, have you ever punched a hole in a fried dough ball and, if so, what did you use?
And when? Maybe he's the guy. No, that guy's name was Gregory. Something Gregory.
Next right into the parking lot.
And we're almost there. We are at 9:30. We made pretty good time. I thought we'd get here about around 10, actually.
Hala6448 says no way. That was like half the time coming back.
Well, but you can't count the time that it took to get to what a day. Now we're going in. Now you're getting a behind the scenes view of the bakery.
Short Gal says there did feel like 5 years.
It felt like 5 years. That's a good sign when it feels like 5 years. But I do feel good that I'm making your life feel longer.
Team C says sometimes you have to slow down to smell all the big horses.
I don't know if you want to smell all the big horses necessarily. All right. All right, folks. That is the end of our journey. I need to unload the van and get everything in the bakery. So, that was fun. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. It did go by very quickly for me. I mean, and it does feel like it takes much less time to get back here than it does to get there.
Samantha Goodness says later, everyone.
All right, guys, be good. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow, 5:15, bright and early. Normal deliveries.
6448 says thank you for taking us and putting up with our nonsense.
And I am really going to be.
He says thanks for the ride.
I'm posting
Craig.
a picture of that
Thanks.
horse. I'm going to
Chat.
find it, okay? I'm going to find it. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks again. Talk to you later.